Welcome to Let's Talk Speak on It. I'm your host, Tamika Cozy. Thank you all so much for tuning in and joining us today. Black fathers have been characterized negatively within our society and within the media. According to research conducted by the CDC, 70% of black fathers are actively involved in their child's life, despite how the media tries to portray black fathers. On July 17, 2001, while building a hotel in Iowa, my father suffered a heat stroke. Upon arriving to the hospital, he was pronounced dead. My father missed so many milestones in my life, from my high school graduation to my college graduation to seeing me walk down the aisle on my wedding day. Today, we want to discuss the importance of having black fathers in their child's life and being actively involved. We want the world to understand that black fathers matter, black fathers are needed, black fathers are necessary. So please help me welcome Mr. Charles Odom and his son, Ifeanyi, to the show. Everyone, welcome Mr. Charles Odom and his son, Ifeanyi. How are you both doing today?
We're fine. It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. We're happy to have you. So, Mr. Odom, based on how society and the media tries to display black fathers, how do you feel about that? What are your thoughts?
I get tired of the negative image they always project. You know, as a young boy coming up here on the west side, I didn't have nothing but father images around me, family. I grew up on a block that was family, black families, you know, working fathers, mothers at home. And I really detest that portrayal of the black father within the family, because coming up, I did see a lot of role models, really good role models, such as that picture, The Fence.
Okay.
You know, that's the
That was
type
a
of
really
era
good
that I
picture.
came up. Yeah, I came up under that era.
And so, coming up under that area, how did that change you when you became a father? How did that affect you?
Well, naturally, I had an image there to see, and it made me want to also put that same type of love towards my son. I had a loving father. You know, I'm pretty much a daddy's boy. I was a daddy's boy, and I do say this guy seems like he's the same way, but
Daddy's boy.
yeah, daddy's boy. So it made me a better father. It did. It made me want to do things, and especially time. It made me really realize that it's not always if you ain't got the money or the little best things in life that you think you should have. Give up your time.
Yes,
That
that's the
time.
most
It is
important
so
thing.
important. And this guy tells me about things. He remembered that. It astonishes me. I wonder. I didn't believe that he could remember them, but you know, just that time we always be spending together. You know, so.
Ifeanyi, would you care to share any of those stories that your father's referring to?
I remember one time he told me something his father told him, and I think it just kind of resonated with me subconsciously. He told me his daddy told him, hard work will kill you.
I tell you, my mother always say that was our thing. We coming up, you know, they always want to put that lazy thing on the black male.
Yes.
You know, hard work ain't gonna kill you. Hard work is not gonna kill you. I heard that coming up ever since I was a kid. My dad said, "Don't believe that mess. Hard work will kill you." Right? Said, "Boy, go to school." So you know, I know that's what that resonated in you, and it did. I can see. I'm very proud of him. You know, he's into his music, his videography, the organization. I taught him how to make the juries he better jury making than me practically. Now he puts together better colors. But my sight is failing me a little bit.
Now, speaking of music, you are artist manager of Chi-Town Affiliated. And
Yes.
then your son is one of your artists, correct?
Yes, he is. Yes, he
Okay.
is. But he's also the CEO of CTH, Chi-Town
Okay,
Affiliated.
awesome.
Okay, and yes, my thing right now is just try to get as much contact within the industry, because I haven't really just been what you per se been out in the industry and knowing the contacts, but we've been out here now, and I have beginning to get a few contacts, and things are starting to look up. We've got some things in the makings. I tune a black man. They only love us when we tap dance. We expect to re-release that, you know.
Can we go back to that? Can you kind of give us a backstory to that song?
Would you like to elaborate on that song?
You know, as an artist, I want to just take a responsibility to be able to say something about, to have, to just say my stance on being a black man, you know, because I make a lot of positive music, but it ain't really centered around race and things of that nature. I just kind of really talk about myself and the things that I've been through and how I got through them. But I wanted to really just touch directly on race, you know, and our race as a black people. So yeah, that's what I think.
Awesome, thank you for sharing. Can we get maybe a little verse from there?
I won't say the last 2 bars. I say, every day I'm thanking the Father for another day. I was trying to change something, is what my mother said. It took me 6 months to write that, and I couldn't get the last bar for nothing. And I'm in the kitchen, and my sister was talking mad stuff, just like, blah, blah, blah. She like, you fine? You always trying to change something. And then it just clicked out. I was like, thanks, Mama. I was like, thank you, I needed that. You know, I really needed that. But she said, I'll be out there sometime.
Now, Ifeanyi, how is it having your father so involved in your life? How does that affect you and change you to be better?
I feel like this, I'm about to kind of go into another realm, but I feel like it's like, if you like know about like NBA Live or something like that, or games or creative play, you only get so many points. So I ain't having really a lot of family growing up. He was a black sheep and my mom was a black sheep, you know, so I just was like kind of holding on to like the little bit of family I got. And but even more than that, I wanted to know more about myself. So I'm like, man, I can know more. I can learn more about myself if I really just kind of really get in tune with who my father is, because he's the voice. Remember my mother, they split around when I was 15. Yeah, about 15, they split up. So as I was growing, and then when they split up, I know it's like, I used to be a straight A student. And then when they split, my grades started going down and everything, you know. And I didn't really reflect on that until I got older, like
to understand.
Because it was because my father left the house. You know what I'm saying? He ain't fall out of my life, he just left the house. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't that structure there to have a man, the male and a female energy. So, and like I said, I want to know more about myself. Like when I started making music, I really got deep into who I am as a person and who I want to be and the type of person I want to be growing up. So I just like really just wanted to know more about me. So I went to the source.
Okay, by going to your father and then building a stronger relationship.
Yeah, just noticing things that's hereditary and, you know, societal. You know, it's the nature versus nurture concept that we have in society. So I just see things like that. I did that. Because a lot of things that he do, I thought, before I really got really deep into just the hereditary thing, I thought it was because of the life that I lived, you know, but kind of found out it's genetics. So that was deep to me. And it's really put the nature versus nurture thing to the test for me.
Awesome. So recently you both were in the news, and so you were on the news discussing issues with senior housing with the CHA, correct?
Correct.
Can we discuss that a little more in detail?
Oh, certainly. It's just deplorable the way our seniors are living. Me and Ifeanyi went on the north side to the senior citizen homes out there, CHA homes. They like living in the Conrad Hill. It's just like a difference between night and day.
Can you discuss some of the things that you saw when you went there, if you're able to talk about it?
Sure, we took pictures.
We actually did an expose on Patrick Sullivan's on YouTube. We actually got a chance to walk around with a resident from that. Even though he was, this is like a couple blocks from, not a couple blocks, but it's on the west side. And it's the same condition, probably worse. His building, they made that place, Patrick Sullivan made his building looked better. I ain't gonna say the Conrad Hilton, but it looked better than that. It's like 10 years behind. It's like more like still got like the 80s going. So we got a chance to get to walk around with Reza, who been there for 15 years, and he telling us all the problems, and he been complaining. He was just like, I ain't scared. And we got that expose up on it. YouTube. It's UES Investigates. Patrick Sullivan. So we want everybody to go check that out. That's it, because it elaborates on everything. With the building, it's not kept up to code. The paint ain't being painted. The elevator's not working. The washer and dryer is not working. And they had the audacity to tell us that's about the courtesy. I mean, that was the courtesy. So why can't y'all keep up the courtesy? If it's a courtesy, like that's just like you can't offer somebody a courtesy and then
don't keep it up.
Yeah, you know, like, come on, man.
How can the community help you all with this fight? What can we do?
Band together, give us some support. We're going to go do an all-out campaign on CHA about this. We're not going to stop. And what we plan on doing at the meeting Wednesday is putting together an oversight committee. No longer they tell us that they've gotten these things fixed and stuff like that. We're going to have people in those buildings like LSCs to tell us, hey, has that been done? RSCs, right, has that been done? Has this been done? And we're going to keep a check and balance on them now. This thing's just getting started. It's just getting started, really. I can see it's going to be a little fight. My building alone is getting $60 million in renovation. And another building we went to is in bad shape. I read McCoy, they're getting like 40 million. But a lot of it's a little too late almost, you know? I mean, the buildings are really in bad shape. And to do that, to have construction, renovate the building while the tenants are still there, that's a rough one, because half the tenants, over half, I'd say about 60 to 70% have respiratory problems. And you got dust. I have respiratory problems, I have COPD. So we're gonna discuss things like that. And the management, and also management, they are very unprofessional. They talk to the tenants, and these are seniors. Hey, y'all ought to get don't you have any kind of professionalism? So I told the chief of staff at CHA this afternoon, I said, we're going to also discuss management. You also having a management. I've been in this building for 10 years. I've had Habitat, East Lake, Hispanic development, housing development. All of them have came through here, and all of them treat the tenants the same way. But you go out north, the property manager and the tenants, they get along like it ain't nobody business, and it's a smooth operation. That's how it should be on the south and the west side. So that's what we're fighting for, to get those type of things more so better living conditions. That's number one. Adequate heating, things like that. It shouldn't be tolerated. It shouldn't happen. It really shouldn't. All the money that's going in, I see it look like it's going to the north side.
Instead of where it should be.
Yeah, it's too much disparity, It shouldn't be that much, And both of them coming out of the same organization, department of housing.
Can you all share one more time for our listeners how the website or an email address where they can contact you all related to this?
Okay, we have a Facebook, the Union and Slums. We have a YouTube, the Union and Slums. We also have a Cash App, the Union and Slums, because we basically financing this between ourselves. And it could also be Zelle at his number, 312-572-0272.
Awesome, that is really amazing. Thank you all for doing that work.
Thank you for saying.
And next we're gonna have spoken word by DeWayne Goodson.
I was born by the river in Memphis, Tennessee, where that old soul dirty South made me what you see. You can check our history, our city been full of kings. Haters might have took a shot, but they can never kill our dreams in Memphis, Tennessee, where that old soul dirty South made me what you see. If you can't remember that, take a little trip with me to my mama's house with them soul record stacks and them black and white covers, hard plastic wrap. Be bopping our bubble, just riding with the kings, white, black, and ready. Blues, soul, rock kids rolling back to back until crack rock hit the 80s, bass hits pounding down the track. And the Red Dog 90s came and heated up traps. Hot as barbecue racks on racks. Yeah, that's what Shawty's saying when she shake her baby back. Back to the trap, time to move packs. Save one lap dance, is what my dreamers say right before he head back. Born to get it how you live in Memphis, Tennessee, where that old soul dirty South made him what you see. Still cannot remember that? Let's rewind the beat. What if my dreamer is already home and the packs that he moving came straight from the Amazon? Looks like the dancer whose hand he put the band on just to make her do the mop after they jumped the broom. See, I'm talking wedding bands. Get a DJ, get a band. Black love in the mix, live soul sang free. From the soul of Isaac Hayes to the beat from Tay Keith, take a look at who you love. Time to pump my dreamers up in Memphis, Tennessee, where that old soul dirty South made us what you see.
Much for joining us, DeWayne. That was beautiful, your spoken word. Can you tell our listeners how they can follow you?
You can find me on all streaming platforms. DeWayne Goodson. It's DeWayne Goodson.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in and watching us. And this Black History Month, please remember that Black fathers matter. I want to take the time out to thank my stepfather, Ray. Thank you for being there for my brother and for myself. Thank you for providing for us over the years. Thank you for treating us as your very own. Thank you for loving us. We love you.
Hi, I'm a Conundrum. I wanted to do a short video honoring fathers around the world as well as my father. I wanted to say how much I loved and appreciate my father who's in my life currently. Make sure that I'm taken care of, make sure I am looked after, and make sure that I know how to grow up to be a man. My father has always been there no matter how bad things got or how great things are. So I wanted to tell my father how much I feel loved, appreciated, and let him know that I couldn't have gotten this far without him. So to all the fathers around the world, specifically to my father, I love you, I thank you, I appreciate you, and want to know that every day is a gift that we have you in our lives. Thank you very much. Bye.
Don't let the world tell you that there's not any active Black fathers out here, because they're all around. And I definitely have to give tribute to my kid's father, because I don't think that I will be the mother that I am today without him. He is an overly involved father. He loves his kids. He loves his family. He puts us above everything. And he takes the time out. He will make sure he doesn't miss any events for his kids, any milestones. And for that, I just appreciate you, and we love you. I don't know what I would do without you. You are definitely my partner when it comes to parenting and everything else. We love you and we appreciate you. Thank you for being an amazing Black father.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Let's Talk, Speak on It. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel.